You're killing me, Smalls.
We making movies, no acting in. I'm fucking Instagram action shit. UPS shipping packages. I'm smoking weed out them packages. If I ain't got a gun, I'm stabbing it. I got some leftover lean in the cabinet. I can hit your little hoe when she happy. Poke on that pussy shit like it's a top in it. We making movies, no acting in. I'm fucking Instagram action shit. UPS doing the packaging. I'm smoking good ass weed out them packages. I can't lie, 'cause I ain't capping it.
Welcome back to the DNA podcast. It's your boy D.
It's your boy Antonio. Let's get to it.
We're going to discuss for this episode black sitcoms, some of our favorites, possibly some stuff that we learned from them, and right off the rip, I think black sitcoms are kind of the most important forms of media to black people. Mm-hmm. Because the way it started off and the way we are at now, it was always a message to the black demographic. Pretty sure there's more that started before this. Maybe these are the originals. The oldest ones to me are the Jeffersons and Good Times.
That's Sanford and Son.
Oh yeah, Sanford and Sons. I just didn't watch that a lot.
Yeah, I would catch an episode. My grandpa was watching it in the kitchen. You know, it's one of those for me.
I think my grandma didn't like Red Fox. I think she maybe thought he was too vulgar. I don't know why she didn't like Red Fox. And so that's just why that was one that just
that's funny.
Was gone. But all those shows were meant to just highlight how black people were living then. Mm-hmm. And like with something in the case of the Jeffersons, it was meant to inspire. Like even though it was a sitcom, it was still meant to make little boys and girls, hell, I guess even grown people, just feel like they could move on up. Uh-huh. Like it was possible. Mm-hmm. And, even up until now, even with your, there's a couple, but I'm going to go with Blackish. It portrayed the modern day black family, being racially mixed, the problems that go through that, and still just showing like, just still inspiring a different age group.
Being black in corporate America.
Mm-hmm. Being black with a mixed wife, having mixed kids, just those problems. Some mixed kids have black hair, some don't. Some are lighter than others. Just like simple stuff that we are currently going through in the black community as a whole right now.
And even more new, Abbott Elementary. You know what I'm saying? I would consider that a sitcom. Right?
No, it is. Yeah. I'm not gonna hold you. I couldn't necessarily on the spot think of its influence, but it's highlighting fucking underdeveloped schools.
And the importance of good teachers, and but also it's funny.
Yeah, I think the funniness comes just from being black.
Yeah, because all the things that happen in Abbott Elementary are just black shit.
Yeah,
this is stuff and interactions that you would have in a black environment.
But that's like most sitcoms. So like Good Times, bro, that shit was sad. But I feel like back then niggas just had to laugh. And we don't laugh at it. It's really sad.
But I feel like that's a black superpower. It's to be able to turn the
most fucked up
situations into good times. It's one of those things. We see it in our food. We see it in our music. We see it in we invented a whole genre of music called the blues, about being sad.
It became cool.
It just became, and then it spun off into R&B and hip hop and jazz. I think jazz came before blues. Maybe I don't know about that one, but
they're both so close.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? There was we turn our sadness and our pain and suffering into growth and prosperity. That it's a black superpower.
Mm-hmm. And so I have a deep affinity for black sitcoms. If it wasn't rap music, I guess black sitcoms would be my void. Because I relate to most stuff. I relate to coming from a less than privileged background. And fun fact, most of the sitcoms is coming from a less than privileged background, but having to mix in with people who kind of frown upon your background. So I related well to that stuff. They always touched on real subjects such as drug abuse, marriage problems, lack of father figures, and in the lives. Whether there's, because I guess all sitcoms had a father figure, whether they took in somebody like Will Smith in Fresh Prince who didn't have a father figure, or what is basically how it happened, like somebody without one would come and it would just shine a light on stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, and if someone, if they did have a father figure, it was a strong father figure in the present in the household. You know what I'm saying? So think Cosby, think
Carl Winslow.
Yeah, Carl Winslow, think Sanford and Sons,
Red Fox.
Red Fox.
Yeah, like most of them. Most father figures, if they're in the show, they're not bitch made. They go out their way to be a good dad. And if you watch them real, like, we're not really real, they mention how hard it is to even be a dad. And like they give their, like, I'm trying. There's no perfect way to being a dad, but I'm gonna be here for you. Like, and that's one of the things that I got. Hell, I consider myself raising kids. I helped raise my cousins, and I had to give them lessons that wasn't given to me, and I learned a lot from TV that I've taught them that it taught me. And so, I feel like black sitcoms is one of the most, if not the most, important forms of media through history, because they had to do more than just be funny. I think the funny part came to put them on TV.
Yeah.
Like, if they were serious, then shit was never going to get aired.
There's a reason why we don't have black
Dramas.
And if you do have a black drama, it's on BET.
Or if it's a black drama, it's black drama because it's black led, but it's like dealing with politics, or hospital, or like it's not shit. If you take away the jokes, Good Times is that goddamn black drama.
Bro, Good Times is a rough watch when you're like consciously looking for like this is y'all are going through it.
And I think all great sitcoms, all great forms of media, I've said this, has layers to it. You should be able to just watch it for what it is and enjoy it. But then the real great ones is you go back and you find small stuff. And then the real elevated ones are that there's a whole different deeper meanings to the same thing. But it still
reinforces the first.
Yeah. And it's like, that's what makes and that's what Good Times is funny until you really think about it. If you take the humor out of it, and bro, this shit is wicked. It's wicked because it's wicked to me that was the norm. Like, they weren't rich, they weren't well off, and they weren't the worst. They were just a middle class. Well, I guess lower class black.
They were barely even middle class.
Yeah,
in Good Times.
But it's like the dad had constant work. Hell, some families didn't have that.
It had constant work, and that's what killed them.
Yeah. That was that's what the story had to tell. He just wanted to leave, but still.
Yeah. But I'm saying, but story wise, like,
and then always the struggle of some communities. Damn, a dumbass wife. Damn, she sunk that family. Yeah, she sunk that family. Them niggas had they chance to make it. Hell, Good Times is where I take most of my philosophies from. Because you know how many opportunities they had to get out that situation, but they stuck with family or being together. Motherfucker, if I gotta go away for 2 years to become rich, it's better than being broke for 2 years together. Like
shit, I'm gonna come get you in 2 years.
Brother,
I think the perfect example of that is when the son was gonna go and go to school to be a painter.
Be a painter, yeah.
Yeah.
But the mom didn't want it because she didn't want him to be away. What? Or when they returned that money because it wasn't theirs. Nigga, we're poor. Well, what fucking problem do I have if the money ain't mine? Nigga, I'm not poor now. If I found money like that, I'd take it. Like, the only niggas who give money back are ones that have a lot of it already. Like,
shit, and some of them want to give it back.
I swear to God, I let people know, bro. If I became a billionaire tomorrow, I'll still be stingy over $1. Yeah, bro, what the fuck? That's a little bit too high, bro. That bitch was just $10 yesterday. Now it's $10.75. But yeah, to be fair, Good Times was not. I feel like it's more culturally accurate. I guess historic, but it wasn't my favorite.
Yeah,
bro. Fucking Jefferson's was and still is my shit.
I don't think I watched the Jeffersons as much as I watch Good Times.
Boy,
Don't
George,
know why.
George Jefferson, and I don't know if that's his real name, but he's played that role on a couple of different other shows. So I'm rolling with it. George Jefferson is top 5 black actor. Hell, probably top 2. Bro, that nigga was funny as shit. He casually made honky a mainstream word. When it was the most offensive thing you could call a white person, especially then.
You know what's funny about the word honky? It's a little tangent. So I got one of our mutual friends I used to work with. I got her to call our boss a honky.
Did she know what it meant?
And he was so upset. But he couldn't do that because she was white.
Her weak as a bitch. Bro, I thought she was black. No, she was. This is even funnier.
You know who it is.
Oh.
Call him a honky and a jive turkey.
I'm not gonna hold you. I really don't know what a jive turkey is.
I still don't know what it was offensive.
But it's a black thing, bro. Don't you call me no shit. Nah, bro, that's wicked. I've gotten away at work calling my bosses honky, but it had to be in specific moments. Like one day at work, we were watching fucking the Jeffersons, and they turned it off. Hey, that's the Jeffersons honky. And the reason I got away with that, I was like, bro, that's his thing. That's his catchphrase in this show.
Oh, they were offended.
Or, bro, I stand on this. There was this meme that was sent to me, and I'm going to use it. It was like offensive white people words. And it was like honky Kong. Bro, I'm going to say this. I'm going to find a way to tell somebody.
Honky Kong is wild.
Bro, I don't care the sacrifice. I don't care what I give up. Bro, I'm calling somebody. I'm going to somehow first. Maybe you'll get your big honky Kong ass with me. Oh my chest.
Shit, and you have like plausible deniability. You can say, I was trying to say Donkey Kong. I don't know why you gotta say it.
Oh my chest.
Oh man, that's great. I love that.
You feel me?
I love that.
Bro, and it's like, I'm not going to say that it's directly because of him, but George Jefferson made that bitch mainstream.
White people call people.
And they just taking it. Like, they just accepted of it. Like, oh. Yeah. But those was the blueprints for it. And then, like, you followed your Cosbys and then your fresh. I guess the 90s. I guess the Cosbys was 80s.
Yeah.
Either way, it's like the golden era of black sitcoms when it became more. I don't know. I guess it was always family friendly, but I guess the most remembered when you had the Wayans, and then you had Fresh Prince, then you had Martin, then you had Family Matters.
Family Matters. You had, and then you had like In Living Color. You had that's a Cosby spin.
In Living Color is my shit.
Yeah, it's great. For the longest time, I didn't know they were in the same universe.
As
Cosby.
Like, the Cosby, right? Yeah. Because I still to this day, Denise, bro, I'm not gonna hold you. For some reason, I just never noticed her a lot. But it was her fucking show. And it was the other niggas. The other niggas was cool. A different world.
Yeah, a different world.
A different world, I think, would blow up crazy now if it came out. Like, everybody knows it, and everybody knows it's good. But I think with our demographic, aka mostly teens and young adults, that shit would go crazy. That's what they tried to have Grownish be. And I like Grownish, but it's not a different world. A different world is crazy, talking about college life. I don't think we've actually had another college life black sitcom.
That was the wrong spinoff. A different world spinoff.
A different world is.
Yeah, my fault.
And Living Singles with Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's like the lessons taught in those are lessons that will stick with me. Like, so many's in my head that they all just canceled each other out. And some of the huge lessons I learned was mostly through Fresh Prince. I think that's why I give it the title as Best Sitcom. Because I think, one, most people watched it. It has the laughs. But just the continuous lessons learned. Like, Uncle Phil and the black Aunt Viv, the dark Aunt Viv, bro, they were goated. Like, in unison. Just the shit that Uncle Phil is the male role model I learned the most from. And, like, that's real shit. Just the stuff that he told and just the way that I felt about life, it was like he was just talking to me. And Aunt Viv was, I'm learning more lessons down from her. Don't know why I didn't get them from her. She was cool.
Because you were...
Nigga
I think you were looking for something else then. If that makes sense.
Makes sense.
You're in a different part of your life now. But that's something that you get when you watch anything back. Like, when you watch it, you get stuff that you are looking for in the moment, but when you step into another part of your life, you go back and watch it again. Like, oh, this is another lesson. This is some more, they're dropping more dimes on me.
Fresh Prince, low-key, I rewatched it. Currently rewatching it, but this is for funsies. It helped me with identity crisis. Uncle Phil talking about where he came from and how he was like a real revolutionary and became a businessman, and how he's always labeled a sellout. God, I know that feeling. But it's just like, I forgot the exact words. Basically, it was like, I know where I came from. I stormed down those whatevers. I blew them doors down. But now I fight in the courtroom. Those are my battles. And I have no problem giving a fat check to a black organization. Something. And it was like, damn. Yeah, I kind of feel that way. I kind of been feeling selloutish lately. Because, mingling with the suits. And it's like, I never got that lesson as a kid because sellout, nigga, I'm in deep in this bitch. I'm looking for a chance to sell out. It's hard out here, mate. But now, now that I'm older, it hit a little differently. It gave me a little bit of clarity, and it's like, damn. I don't think anybody could play a better Uncle Phil than James Avery. He was spitting. Or even that Will Smith's greatest acting role, that dad episode. When you watch the whole episode,
bruh, I was probably 8 when I watched that the first time, and it tore me up.
Bro, imagine it tore you up, and you still partly had your dad.
But
I tell people this all the time. Well, not people, but I still say this. Antonio's dad is close to deadbeat dad as you can be without being a deadbeat.
I didn't say that, Dad.
He's as close as... He's not a deadbeat, but if he did just a little less, yeah.
Well...
it's like, for me with no dad, damn, that shit still kind of tears me up. Because
honestly, it's kind of worse.
Yeah, because, the questions he asks, I've said the same. And it's like, that's not made up. That's not scripted. You do think as a little black boy, damn, why don't he want me, man? Like, it does just cross your mind. It just makes you think, like, did I do something wrong? Is it me? And it's just like, damn. But my point of it was, well, that's a great scene. But through the whole episode, Phil was pissed. Like everybody else was embracing him when he came back. Vivian was like, if he makes Will happy, give him a chance. Phil was not going for that shit, bro, because he started looking at Will as his son, and it's like, bro, you already crushed that boy once, boy. Like the only way the episode could have been better, but I don't know how you circle back to it, is if Phil knocked him out. Just do like deep anger of upsetting him, but like,
or at least threw him out like they do Jazz.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but it's like just watching it, and I noticed he never accepted him. Not once. Like he never once forgave him for leaving. He never once, oh, it's good to see you. Like he never once did that. You're back, and Will wants to see you, but if it was up to me, your ass wouldn't be back. Like, and just seeing that play out is like, oh, seeing that to the end where he breaks down to hold Will, it's like, damn. As much as you think you might want to say, I told you so. Told you dad won't shit. It's just like, damn. This is what I was trying to save you from. This is why I was so upset with him coming. Because I didn't want you to get your hopes up and get crushed. Like, I don't know. Stuff like that's powerful. Because, yeah. Like, just the small nuances and the details. Will's performance overshadows it. But just... Yeah, I think
I don't think I've ever went back and watched it and got that.
Yeah.
But now that you said it, I see it.
Yeah. I only got it when I, like, once again, when I was older and watched it. And just started noticing, like, oh, yeah, he's constantly upset. Part of me back then was like, what you upset for about? Like, bro, he got his dad back. And then I never connected the two at the end because that scene is so emotional. But it's just like, oh, this is what he was trying to...
protect you from.
Yeah. You're like, he knew your daddy won't shit. Like, it's funny to say, but he knew it. Or like before he does it, when the dad shows up, right, and he's hamming it up. It's like something, yeah, I need to get there in time, so there's no room for Will. Oh, how about we get him a ticket, and we can fly him there, and he meet you there. And then something like, as a kid, I didn't see sarcasm, but now I know, oh. I mean, I guess he would have got him the ticket if he said yeah, but he's only doing it so he can bury himself. Like, oh, well, it's not good either because something else could pop up. Oh, you're like, yeah, he was just giving him the line to hang himself. You know what? We can always send Will where you're going. That's just, I don't know, it's powerful. I felt like that's how I would handle it too. No, I'm lying. I would cuss. I would get upset, but this I feel like I would handle it too if I was ever like in charge of somebody or a primary, whatever it's called, somebody.
Surrogate father.
Yeah,
of somebody. Yeah, and
then somebody came back, whether it's a mom or a dad. Like if I'm in charge of some goddamn body, that means somebody fucked up along the way. Like I think I would hold that same resentment towards like, hey, bro, you ain't gonna destroy my damn kid again. Nigga came to be destroyed. You know,
it's been a lot of time and energy into this. Get him where you need to be at.
And so it's plenty of stuff like that. It's I could do an episode alone on what James Avery's Uncle Phil taught me, and kind of envy of.
R.I.P. Uncle Phil.
Bro, honest to God, truthfully, that's why it's like between him and Bill Cosby, it's hard for me to accept that it's hard to find the Cosby Show. Because the Cosby Show taught me a lot.
Such a great show and groundbreaking in the sense of like it. He actively went through with a psychologist to make sure there was no negative stereotypes portrayed in his show. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, like the empowerment and cultural growth that it gave the black community, astronomical.
And he was a good dad, but I think that's one of the first sitcoms where the mom was more assertive than the dad. Because I've learned more. Like, I got the lessons harder from Felicia Rashad than Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was the nurturing one. You know, he told you the stuff on the back end. Felicia Rashad was the one that was, that told you that.
She was the pit bull.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm not saying to excuse anything that he's done, but it's like what that show means to me. I think it's criminal that kids today won't be able to get that same message because of one guy's mistakes, which makes it worse. Like if you take Bill Cosby out, obviously it ain't the best show, but it's still a great show without Bill Cosby. So to see all that ruined because of one person, they don't get to learn the lessons from Alicia Rashad. They don't get to learn lessons of the fuck up that Malcolm Jamal Warner. Bro's been someone I don't even know the niggas' names.
The real name?
Yeah. Oh no, the name of the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Eddie? No, Eddie's fucking Family Matter. Like I
couldn't even tell you.
But like those was like real shit. The Cosbys to me is what Family Matters tried to be, because they're kind of the same, but the Cosby's just better. It's not corny. Family Matters is almost exactly the same because it's not too stereotypically black. It's not too dark, but it's still a good family show. Parents got decent jobs, even I don't know what the fucking Family Matters wife did. Yeah, you feel like Carl Winslow was a great dad. He's probably the best. If Carl Winslow weren't on that show, I think the show would have been canceled such a long time ago. But it's like what Family Matters wanted to be is what the Cosbys was. And the proof is in the pudding. The reason that shit got so many seasons. And that's how you know it was good. It got so many seasons. And the damn spinoff got a bunch of seasons.
Pudding is funny because Pudding Cup.
Bro, made me want Pudding Pops for the longest. Just a little key smack, too.
They were okay. Wasn't ever the biggest fan of Pudding Pops.
Yeah. So outside of that, I think sitcoms still had messages. But I don't know. I feel like sitcoms kind of lost their way because they tried to focus on the funny instead of the message. Like I went back and watched My Wife and Kids. I can't actively say I hate that shit.
I actually like My Wife and Kids.
It is okay.
It's in my top 20.
Makes sense. I was about to say, like, dudes watching it. Bro, I can't tell you there was any real message there. I'm not going to.
There was messages in My Wife and Kids.
They had their messages, but it wasn't as poignant. Because the funny was more important than the message.
Yeah.
And I think that's how sitcoms in general started navigating. But it's like, yeah, I feel like, especially with sitcoms, I feel like with black stuff in general, but especially with sitcoms, you got to know that you're sending a message to black people first. Like, this isn't just, you don't get to just bullshit around.
Yeah, you can't be Big Bang Theory. Or Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, you don't get to be goddamn Adam Sandler. Because I do like Adam Sandler, but you don't just get to make a bunch of bullshit and profit off of. Because doing that could negatively affect things. And so that's why I think I can't tell you so many 2000s sitcoms, but the 2010s.
I think there wasn't a whole lot.
Because it was just sitcoms.
Yeah.
But the 2010s started to see like the rebirth because Blackish is huge. Blackish, I don't think gets the praise it deserves because they're actively they're actively telling you the change of then and now. Like they have the older guard. So they have the older guard to the older guard. Like they're following a damn 30-year-old man, but they have his dad. But they show him interacting with the now. And it's like, that's the truth. Should I identify more with the damn 35-year-old man than the damn kids in the show? Like, damn, am I the old guard? Like,
yeah.
Like, these kids weird, B.
It's important to see the old heads interact with young people in that way because it kind of shows you how to navigate. I think that's a big problem in the black community right now. It's like the old heads hate us. I don't really know why.
Shit, I know why.
I get it, but like if you don't like us so much, maybe you should try to be,
should have been better parents.
Maybe even now, just be a stronger force in our direction. Then
true. Yeah, it's a weird thing that is, and I'm not gonna say other races don't experience it, but it's just like I don't know. I just don't feel like other races are hated so much by the older generation. Like there's nothing that is right. But like that's what Blackish would sum up all that and show like the errors in a way. So it was like, talk about music. Why do you listen to this? But when you were my age, listening to motherfucking the jazz or when they were scat, Your parents hated that. What you call good music was my rap music. It was frowned upon then, and it just stuck with you. Like you wore crazy clothes then.
If you wore half the crazy shit you wore in the 70s,
60s, 70s, like hell, fucking 80s, because niggas look kind of weird then too. like you were doing the same. All because we look different and sound different doesn't make it any different than what you were doing. Mm-hmm. When I get older, I'm going to have an affinity for the music that I like now. And the music fucking 40 years from now will not sound the same.
It'll be beeps and bops and shit.
It will sound like that's just the nature of evolving. And that's what, like, Blackish did that. Like, it had the perfect, it would have his...
Is that still running?
It finished 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. I know they still, what's his name?
Anthony Anderson.
Anthony Anderson still comes on Grownish every now and then. And
yeah.
I know the mom goes on Grownish every now and then.
Hell, that damn thing spawned like two different. It spawned Grownish and a series called Mixish.
Yeah.
Mixish really sucked.
Yeah, that bombed.
Yeah. And maybe it's because there not enough mixed kids to relate to that. I 100% did not relate to that shit. Like, I can't even tell you who it was relating to.
Mixed kids.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, like, bro, this has no real message to me, goddammit. I mean, I should accept mixed kids more.
And specifically black mixed kids. Because if you're not black watching that show, like at least half black watching that show, this is over your head. Because if you're white and Asian, you have your struggles being mixed, but it's not the same kind of struggle.
It's not those, yeah. And then, this was in like the 60s and 70s. So this is really different than it is now. It's like, bro, am I supposed to watch this just to watch it, or is there messages here? Why am I getting messages from something portrayed in the 60s or 70s? Like, it's too all over the place. It's like modern fucking media. Who are you appealing to? You can't appeal to every goddamn body. But Blackish itself was solid. It's so solid that I ridiculed my uncle. Bro, their family is exactly like, not exactly, but real close to it, goddammit. I've had to use it for examples when talking to my uncle, because, like, you do this, you act this way. So you remember this episode? Boom, boom, yeah. How's this different than what you're doing now? You're like, and it's the truth. Jennifer Lewis, the grandmother, is my grandma. I would say that she's a more animated version of it. But that would be a lie. Yeah, bro. I wish I could say that she's souped up more on TV and my grandma's not that way. Nope.
Do you want to talk about it, man?
I know, it's funny. It's funny when I'm of this age, because I'm still the golden child, but she's the drinking, wheeling, dealing, gambling grandmother. Yep, you don't want no parts of that. And I know she's my grandmother because I've showed it to all of her kids and my mom and my uncles and aunt, and showed it to her. And I've never had to say who. And they automatically inferred who it was based on the way she was acting.
Yep, that's mom.
Oh, wait, are you trying to say this? Yep. And I showed it to my grandma and she was like, her name is V. Come look at this. I want to see if this means anything to you. And I showed it to her. She watched it for a bit. She watched it more fit. It's supposed to be me.
It's the silent look over.
That's our dynamic. I don't want to disrespect her, so I don't say nothing. So you're saying it's me. I just tilt my head a little bit more. Boy, that ain't me. Yeah, bro, you put words in my mouth. I just told you come watch this, and you assumed it was you. Like, it could have been anybody. That's how similar she is. But no, she's funny. She's mad fucking funny. Not gonna hold you. But hell, we skipped over one. Everybody Hates Chris.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, that's set so far in the past. Well, so far like 80s or like the 80s.
Yeah, I think it's in the 80s.
I related to that bitch crazy. Besides the white bully. Because I was going to get in ass, goddammit. But, like, bro, I had a teacher like the teacher he had. Miss Morello. Bro, I had a teacher like that, bro. It's hard to maneuver with shit like that. Like, bro, you think you helping, but you're singling me out, and you're making me feel like outcast, and you're accusing me of doing shit I don't even do.
She's probably one of the funniest non-black characters in any sitcom ever.
Ever.
She's like fucking hilarious.
Because she was racist without being racist.
But no, what was even crazier, she had a black boyfriend.
Because she wasn't racist. It was like, I gotta pick the words. She was not trying to be racist. She really loved black people, but that deep affinity became racist. Like, just the stuff she did and said, bro, I had a fucking teacher like that. So something, AD, you want to talk about bro, I don't know about that shit. Yeah, fuck away from me.
I never had a teacher like that. I've had teachers talk about Black History stuff, and I'm like the only black kid in the room.
Yeah.
And they looked at me, and I was like,
Got
"Nigga, teach the class."
Got that plenty of times. Bro, I don't know every goddamn answer because it's black. Get the fuck away from me.
I knew it, but like, come on, man. I answered the last three. Stop looking at me. Damn. They said y'all teach these niggas, not me.
But yeah, bro. Being in the struggle back then, my mom wasn't as. Everybody Hates Chris was a more animated version of kind of what I was going through. I didn't travel to school, but boy, my mom was on her Julius Timing. Yeah, I feel like all black parents was on their Julius Timing. They just couldn't tell you how much of what. Hey, that's 80 cents worth of stuff right there. It don't matter how much it's worth. You wasted it, goddamn it. You better not be wasting that motherfucking food, goddamn it.
I model my budgeting after Julius now.
Boy, that's why I'm kind of analytical. I can tell you how much stuff you wasted. Niggas be so dead ass, bro. Bro, the price of the bottle, $2.82. You wasted a little bit over. That's about 2 ounces. That's about 16 cents right there. Boy, don't make me get on ass about this counting shit. I know how to be cheap, goddammit. I modeled my frugality after Jason Pitts from The Game. That nigga was funny, but he was funny broke. He wasn't even broke. He was just funny cheap. Like Terry Crews in Everybody Hates Chris was accidentally funny because he was so cheap. Nah, Jason Pitts, he knew he was cheap and funny. It's funny because he was rich. Like, that's
It's even worse. It's like, nigga, you got money.
Bro, you feel me? Terry Crews had a reason. We don't even really got the money. I'm trying to extend it. Bro, and you were a number one receiver for I think at that point, 5 or 6 years. You done made Derek Cleveland in a Pro Bowl, this and that. And yet you still fucking gluing diamonds to shit instead of, bro. I like it. That's my God. No matter how much money you have, it ain't enough. So be cheap with it.
I mean, Ocho Cinco is the real life example of this.
So you must have seen the podcast up.
Well, I had already heard about him doing that beforehand. This isn't a new story coming out. This is the way he lived.
Yeah, bro, I didn't know about my boy being like this. Now, I'm not gonna hold you. That's next level cheap for me. But I probably would have been stupid. It's for the fact that there's so many stories on which we were talking about. Like when he bought an Armani suit for so much when he went on vacation. He wore that bitch every day for vacation. I see it because you paid a whole lot. Now, me, I wouldn't have paid that much and wore different goddamn clothes.
I would spend the money on more outfits.
You feel me? I see why you did that. I think I would have been a little bit smarter and got more clothes to wear. But I wore that bitch every day on vacation. Hey, I'm already paying for the vacation. Be damned if I pay for extra clothes.
The funniest one was when funniest Ocho Cinco story is he was like, "What time is it?" And he looked at they look at their watch. It's like, "Oh, it's 4:15. How much does that cost me?" Nothing. Yeah, time is free, nigga. Why would I pay for it? I was like, yo. my man.
No, I'm saying, my boy is not going for that shit. How much is that? Bro, I was so confused too. What? How much is your time worth? You think y'all be having those expensive contracts? Oh, you meant literally.
Why would I buy an expensive watch? I'll buy a knockoff. Oh, this man is crazy.
Bro, I swear, nah, bro.
I support it.
For the fact that he did that, bro, he's been doing this for a while.
I've seen him say that more than once. He really said this Shannon Sharp, but I've seen it on another podcast where he made that same analogy.
I was about to say, like, bro, that is so well timed. He did not just come up with that. This is like a comedian set with jokes. Hey, bro, he's exactly Jason Pitts. Like, he's exactly. But like,
I know I had seen a character like that, but I could not put it together.
And bro, these niggas are always bald too. Did these niggas go bald so they don't have to pay for haircuts? Yo, chill out.
That's something I can see Julius doing. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That motherfucker get that bit. Hey, bro, shit. I thought about it myself. I thought about either getting clippers or cutting it off. And boy, that motherfucking haircut start at 40? No, shit.
That's why I grew my shit back out. I was like, man, fuck this.
Bro, that's why I grew it. Bro, even the barbershop I went back to, which upgraded since I was last there, I think a year ago was 35. Now they doing 45 and they adding tax to it. Man, now I'm spending damn $55. Nah, bro, I'm going back. Because I used to go 2 times a month. It's like 35, 40. I can spend $40 each time. Nah, bro, you ain't getting me like that. 55, I'm coming once a month.
100?
Yeah, I'm coming
110?
once a month. And if I could get the hair off my neck and the hair away from my mouth, might be pushing for 2. Bro, I seen these clippers, and I don't know why I haven't bought it because I need new beard stuff. It's like, oh, it comes with this razor for your beard. I can use it with my neck too. Bro, I might not be in the barbershop for a minute. I might not be in that thing for a minute. That's all. The only time when I know it's really time to go, right? It's when my mouth, it's when hair be in my mouth. Then I just, I need to go ahead and go ahead and make that little hair. Because if I could taste it, I know people can see. I know people can see me constantly. I know people are cognizant of me doing that.
Like, I barely have a mustache, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have the mustache of a 13-year-old. But I know it's getting too long when it starts getting in the corner of my mouth. I'm like, all right, I got to trim this bitch down.
You gotta. I specifically get my hair cut, right? Because mine's is so long to where it could connect with all this. But I specifically asked for all this to be cut off. One, because I like it a little bit better, but two, bro, this might sound weird. I don't want hair on the side of my mouth. I don't know why.
It feels funky. I don't know why. It feels funky.
And so just keep this short up here. Keep this away. Like, I just don't want hair on the side of my mouth. More power to people who have full beards and do that. Nah, bro. I don't really like it. And once again, and maybe it's one of those things that you notice because it's you. But like, if it's that low, I know people can see it. Maybe they don't pay attention to it, but I know you can see it and be like, damn, they need to cut that.
At the bare minimum, what the hell are you doing? Like,
so, yeah, bro, the way these haircuts look, shit, I might have to go ahead and fulfill my destiny.
At one point I thought about becoming a barber. I might have to go back to that.
This is such a side note on this whole episode of our side note already. Bro, if you go to college, learn how to cut hair. Because, Jesus, I would have never had to work at Compass.
Oh, yeah.
If I knew how to cut hair. And I probably wouldn't have to work now if I knew how to cut hair. Because they're charging $45. Bro, I could easily charge $30.
Shit, you can get away with a $20 haircut and still make bank.
And what about saying if I could just do a fade, bro, $25, 5 heads a day, Monday through Friday, hell, Monday through Thursday, realistically, bro, I don't even have to do shit else really. What is that, like $150 a day, no tax, through Friday? What is that, $600, $700? That's how much people make working 40 hours. Oh, like, That if you're going to college, learn how to cut hair, get some clippers, practice on some shit, practice on your little nieces and nephews, little brothers and shit who's in first grade and won't know about a fucked up haircut.
You get your little brother roasted in school. Why you the edge of, doing the worm and
The
shit?
motherfucking fade ain't shaded
right.
incorrectly. Ain't blinked. Bro, why is that shit kind of faded, kind of not? That bitch look kind of hologram. I cannot push this message enough. Bro, learn how to fucking cut hair. God, that bitch would be so lucrative. Man, at college I would have made stupid bank. Niggas didn't even know where a barbershop was for the longest time. I'm not college.
I didn't. I had to wait to go home to get a haircut.
Freshman year, we had knew this nigga in the CVT. That's where we went. But shit, that second year when he wasn't there, we would have to pay for him to come, plus the haircut. Damn, nigga, this about to be like a goddamn $35 haircut. Back then when they weren't $35, shit, bro, let me go ahead and find the nearest barbershop. Like,
Bro, I was struggling to find a barbershop in high school, in college. Per se.
And it's like if one nigga did it, bro, that nigga would have to turn people away. For Vex, he would have to turn people away. He would have to.
Oh yeah. Like, hey, I only have 5 spots today. I filled up. I can get you on next Monday.
Yeah, next Monday. You got anything sooner? Shit, do you want it?
I can. I mean, it's gonna be a fee. I can slide you in. And now you racking up.
Yeah. Like, swear to God. So, learn how to cut hair. God, especially when you learn to cut your own hair, you don't gotta pay for that bitch. Do you know how much shit I could have bought with a haircut last year? Like my haircut fee last year.
But even not even that. You know, I did photography in college. I made so much money doing that. And all I did was snap pictures. I got decently. I wasn't even that good at it. I was decently good at it.
That was good enough to where niggas was paying.
Yes. Graduation season, I made $400.
You're like, do these things. This is such a tangent. I don't know why sitcoms haven't fucking discussed this. You're like, I've never seen in a sitcom where niggas learned how to cut hair. Except for Barbershop, but it's not a sitcom. And the movie is aptly called Barbershop. So I hope you be learning how to cut some shit. Be teaching them that you should cut some shit. But yes, that's my small tangent. Bald niggas are cheap. and learn how to cut hair.
You know, I don't think I've ever. Well, no, Jeff Bezos, but he's not black. See, I don't think I've ever seen a black guy that wasn't cheap and bald.
Bro, I swear to God. And I'm gonna be frank with you, bro. When I see white people that are bald, that bitch still kind of scares me. I'm like, damn, bro, you lost all your hair. Like, I know there's bald white people. There's more than what I'm making it out to. No, them bitches jarring to me. Like, even white people just be having the receded hairlines. I'm still like, damn, you bald. What happened to you? I'm hard pressed to believe it was genetics.
Your wife stressed you out, huh? That's crazy.
Damn, bro, that is bald and black. If you bald black, there's a chance you cheat. I'm trying to think of a bald black guy I knew that wasn't cheap.
I can't think of one.
Like, what's
in
the
real life or sitcoms, I cannot think of one. Uncle Phil's the only one I can think of. He wasn't that cheap.
But he was kind of cheap.
He was kind of cheap, though.
He was kind of cheap, but they still lived like...
Yeah, they lived lavishly, but at the same time, I really don't want to spend this money.
And bro, do you know something else sitcoms don't show? And this is so funny. Bro, how bald people get their hair cut. Bro, I thought niggas just went to the barbershop and, just got the little patch there. Bro, I didn't know niggas use razors on their head. I don't know why the bitch, like, it was so, I don't even know why I see it, but it was jarring to see that bitch.
If you want, fun fact, if you want your bald head to look good, you gotta shave that hoe. Because, like, if you just use clippers, you're gonna have a 5 o'clock shadow all the time. It's wild.
And people was like, what did you think they'd do? Bro, I just thought they had better clippers. I thought the clippers they gave me for a fade that got a little lower than that. They went ahead and got that ball. Bro, I didn't know that they put the whole pitch on their head. Hello.
Be in there shaving their shit.
Oh, bro. Damn, that's so much effort to be bald.
You would think like there's less time involved in doing my hair. Nah, nigga.
I'll probably try to put hair on my head to see if I can do
Oh,
this
don't
shit.
do that. You will cause chemical burns. Don't do that. Never go bald. Do not do that.
Bro, nigga don't got time to be shaving a beard off the top of my head. Bro, I don't shave my beard now.
Bro, I remember back in school, I barely had chin hair. But like freshman, sophomore year, I was in labs and you had to be clean shaven.
Yeah.
Bro. I hated shaving.
Bro.
It's the worst.
The only thing I shave on my body is my underarms. And that's a bitch. Like, and mind you, I only do that like once every 6 months. I do it at the start of the summer. And shit, probably once every year. Well, I'm talking shit.
I don't shave my underarms just because I get really bad razor bumps on my arms. So I just don't do it.
Bro,
I might trim it up.
in the wintertime, I don't use a lot of deodorant, mainly because it's cold. It'd be whatever. But I notice like it always gets to a point in the summertime where my pits started like being hot. Bro, I know I put deodorant on. But I'm gonna have to start like I start using damn half a fucking stick on when I but like oh it always happens. I'm in the shower and I look at it. And mind you, like this could be the next morning. Oh shit, all my deodorant is still like I would have to wash it clean to get oh I'm gonna cut this bitch off. And then when I do, oh shit, just do. That's how much it take and I'm good for the day. Oh yeah, it's the hair. That's the only thing I shave. I ain't got time for that shit. I'm damn sure ain't shaving my head, bro. I'm gonna go to the barbershop and have them shave it. like
Some people do. Some people do go to the barbershop. I mean, like, but they usually do it like they get their beard done and they get their. Can we also talk about like whenever you go bald, I feel like you grow a beard.
You have to.
Like I think like the energy from the hair transfers to the beard.
I think you start growing a beard before you go bald, but like. So say like your hairline receded, you'll decide shit. Since I got the beard, but I'm gonna go ahead and let it go. Or say like you got hair on the sides, but if you don't got no facial hair on your face, bro, I'm gonna keep them hair on the sides. Like, look at these something. I'm just gonna be naked. I'm just gonna be naked. I'm gonna be naked all the way around. Like, so I feel like you get the beard, and that's when people decide, fuck it, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and let the top go.
But I feel like when you go bald, your beard just comes in. Like fuller. Maybe
fuller. I think, I'm not gonna lie, I think that's probably the genetics in us. I think genetics, like, I don't think there's really a guy, unless you don't grow hair in general. Forgot the name of that, but that's a whole different thing. Mm-hmm. But like.
Alopecia.
Yeah, if you don't grow hair on your head, it grows on your face. I think that's just genetically how black people are. Because you don't see just a bald guy without alopecia, like bald all the way around. Like, bro, why did you do that to yourself? Like,
the only person I think that was like that was Julius. Right, Julius was.
But he had a goatee.
He had a goatee?
Yeah.
See?
Pardon me, I think Jason Pitts, but I think he still had like mustache goatee combo. Like, bro, you got no wind resistance on your face and your head. You got nothing.
You got a minus to the winter.
Yeah, bro, you ain't got no protection from the sun on shit. I mean, like, dude, you, but damn. Bro, me going bald, the only bright spot of me going bald is that I have a beard, but I most wholeheartedly would take a handful of hair over facial hair. Wholeheartedly. Like,
yeah, I don't think I would ever willingly choose a beard and mustache over head of hair. I'd rather have my hair.
Yeah.
But if I did go bald, like my shit started thinning and it was like noticeable, I would try to save it first. Like I would use Keeps or Rogaine or whatever. I would try to save it first. But if that shit's still falling out, I'm gonna go old.
Oh, I'm gonna go, bro. It's gonna be a fight to the bitter end. I promise you that.
I'm gonna try to keep it. But if my shit's still pushing back and I'm starting to look like George Jefferson, I gotta save it.
Bro,
I got it.
I thought it was the problem of looking like George Jefferson. He wore that with so much honor. With so much
it's a problem having a fro on the sides and on top. I can't do it. It's a problem.
Ooh, bro. Like, I don't know. I think that added to the appeal. Like, I think it was so funny, but he was like, I don't know why balding is funny, but he's funny in general. But he's bald, bro. Hey, his name is not George Jefferson. It's Sherman Hemsley. Don't know why it just dawned on me that that's it.
Didn't know it. Had no idea what his actual name was.
But shit, I'm fighting to the bitter end. So like my hair is thinning out like right there, but I'm gonna constantly wear a wave cap.
Goddamn kibble slice.
That bitch ain't all the way back yet. But like, damn, nigga, your shit pushed back. When did that happen? Yeah, bro, you remember when I started wearing wave caps 2 years ago? Nigga be extra dumb, goofy. Nigga, bro, I'm gonna be like a damn sitcom guy for real. That nigga gonna show up to special events in a suit and a wave cap.
I think just wear a hat, like be a fedora guy. You know what I'm saying? He can switch it up.
Every reason I can show my head worth the fuck.
And it could be the gag, like where, oh my god, you seen his head? It's like,
Ooh, bro, to me, I felt like it's Double D, but I felt like Cole from Martin. Like, I felt like that nigga always had a hat.
Yeah, you saw his head every now and then, but like that was part of his character he was the hat guy.
Yeah, like I feel like every now and then was probably like an episode or two every season, but they could have done away with that and just had the recurring theme that you never seen that nigga's head.
I mean, that would have been interesting because he would never saw one friend's head, and the other one didn't know where he worked at.
Yeah, like, and it just be one of those mythical things that just happen of just, damn, nigga always wear a hat. Like, and that'll be me, just damn, nigga. Don't you get hot in that hat? Nigga be out there in the beach with a goddamn fitted on. But with a strap back on, bro. This is my beach fitted. This is my beach hat. Bro, I'm not going out with any dignity. I'm going down swinging if I go bald. Yeah, bro, nigga might try a wig, try plugs. Dang.
My fiance told me that she would love me less if I went bald.
I think now how you stand, yes. But if you grow that facial hair, it'll just like, oh, those. It's also when you're bald without facial hair, I feel like your head is shaped a certain way. But when you grow that beard, it's like your head changed.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, you don't just got a perfectly rounded head no more. Like, yeah. For long. Terry Crews' head don't look weird, but that nigga been perpetually bald.
Yeah, I've never seen him with hair.
In the 90s movies, that nigga
he was one of them niggas that just went bald at like 7.
Or like the greatest bald nigga, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan looks so good bald, no homo. The old pictures of him with hair don't even look right. Mitch they look nasty on your head. This is like carpet. Bro, that nigga went bald at like 21. Bro, that was the best looking bald 21-year-old. Like, it just worked.
Shit. Well, I feel like back in those days, like in the days like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and all them,
Bro, them
niggas was going bald at like 25. Regularly.
I tell people, it's something about doing sports. I don't think you're supposed to perspire that much. Because it's mostly athletes too. Like, black people go bald, but all black athletes go bald quickly.
But they also look old as hell. I don't know what that was about.
They were smoking Newports. That's why. That's why they look. Don't let that fool you. And most of them were doing more than that. But smoking Newports alone to make you look old. Yeah, that's why.
That's funny. That's black people's favorite cigarette.
Guys, Newports. And if you're black, you don't say the full thing. They're Ports.
Ports.
They're Ports.
Go down to the store and give me a pack of Ports. Oh, man.
Oh, man. Brother, this diverged into something else. And niggas just, hey, if you black, you understand. You understand. Yeah, you know everything we spoke on being bald, being cheap, being black in all three, and Newports. You understand. And if you black and cheap and bald, them niggas normally have Newports too. So we just
going behind the ear.
Yeah, bro, the cigarette by the ear thing always got me. Bro, why do you have a Lucy in your ear, but you got the whole pack in your pocket?
That's a quick access cigarette.
Like, bro, it never made sense to me. These are the niggas that I idolize. Bro, I hope to be 40 and rich and have a Newport in my ear for no reason. Newport in my ear, fucking white beater, and a little button-up shirt. What are you doing, Dad? Just chilling poolside. You don't even smoke.
You just take the pack out and smack it every now and then.
These is the niggas that I idolize. No reason. This shit was cool. I might start running numbers. I don't even know what the fuck that means. But I need these numbers ran.
Play the lottery, nigga. That's what it means.
Oh, that's what that meant. Yeah. Bro, I did not know what the fuck running them numbers, man. Bro, because like we say play numbers. When the fuck they start saying, well, I'm talking about old school.
Old niggas.
I'm about to say running numbers. Why didn't they just say playing numbers? Ooh, yep, those are the old heads I grew up idolizing. And that's the old head that I hope to be, but a lot more wealthier. I'm doing this for sport at this point. I'm just keeping tradition alive.
Oh man.
Ooh, and them niggas at wave caps.
Wave caps and balls.
Bro, your port thing unlocked it. Bro, I forgot they do.
Smacking the pack of
You're like, damn, B, wouldn't it just be easier to...
Well, apparently, there's an actual reason why you smack a pack of cigarettes. I don't smoke them, but this is a legitimate reason. Now, the reason why they keep doing it is wild. I don't know why. But the first time has a reason.
I was about to say, like, I just always thought of that too. Like, bro, isn't it just easier just to have them shit fall out? And now that I think about it, all the effort they go through to do it, yeah, I keep Lucy in my ear too.
That's the emergency cigarette. Okay, I pull that hoe out. You just stress me out.
Bro, you think I got the Lucy in the ear, but I'm smoking already. You already know I need a second one. Ooh, bro, this podcast episode is a throwback. This is the shades of our original when niggas started talking about shit. Ooh, my chest. Nah, bro, this is beyond funny than this is beyond funnier than what it needed to be. Ooh, shit.
Oh, man.
And tell us some of your favorite sitcoms. Tell us some of your favorite black, I wouldn't say stereotypes, but this shit is real. Yeah.
It's like themes and sitcoms. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Be sure to follow us. We out.
We out.